It's really wide now. Didn't think about that, pushing that forward so much. Got a big gap all the way down. Hi guys, welcome back. Only getting out here one day this week. Thought I'd had time during the week to get out here, but it turns out I had a pretty busy week last week. But it's Sunday evening. I can get here for a couple hours. I think we're gonna mess with the A-pillar, trying to get it squared away. We have our measurements here. You can see. We're using that and kind of guide us on the width that the pillar needs to be in relation to the back of the door. So hopefully that gives us a good starting point. This week was kind of long. Had a blowout on my company truck coming home Friday, and then yesterday we had a wedding over there, and just want to spend time with family. It was a pretty busy week. We also, I don't know if you saw my post, me and the girls went and cleaned out some of the fence. We did that last Sunday, I believe. Part of the fence and back behind that second barn. Used to have access back there, like I could actually walk around it, but bow dart kind of grew weird back there, so been kind of knocking the limbs down, and that's what that picture was burning the little saplings from the tree line in the back there behind that barn. But slowly we're working our way down this side of the fence line, and then once we do that, we'll turn around and go back down the other side and get rid of all the little trees and everything we don't want to keep other than that big pecan. But then there's a big limb there we got to cut up, but that's what I'm kind of trying to do next week. I don't know if I get to do that very much since another heat wave coming in. Actually started yesterday, I believe, because it was miserable. I don't know if you can tell, I'm already sweating out here, and I just got out here, so it's pretty unbearable right now as well. Our poor house, the door, can't use one door because the house shifted so much because of the ground being so dry. Where we live is that, I don't know if y'all know what it is, but black gumbo stuff. It'll get real hard when it's dry like concrete, and then it gets real soft and sticky when it's wet. So our house kind of fluctuates through the seasons. Sometimes the doors will stick at the bottom or stick at the top depending on how wet or dry the soil is, but that's what we're kind of dealing with until our grass is dead. But anyways, enough talking about that. This week, like I said, today I only got a couple hours out here, so we're gonna have an idea about getting some. I got some round stock, I don't know, back there behind me, right back over here. I was gonna bend it and tack weld it to the pillar, certain spots on the inside. Not where we're gonna measure, but I was gonna get it. I think I got a few straps. Anyways, strap it and ratchet it down to where I get the correct measurement, and then split that back plate and kind of screw it to the front plate, and then see how much metal we need in between there to get it setting right. That's my plan right now. I don't think that strap, once I release the tension, it's just gonna bounce back. So I don't think that's gonna help anything, but I do think this might help me get a good starting point to get that back, or the front plate I should say, get the front plate kind of where we need it in relation to width. Then once we get that, we can tack or screw it all in. And then I still haven't looked at those bins yet. Hopefully I'll get to do that this week. But also this week I want to continue on out there and kind of get my property looking nicer. But well, I'll try to find it, and I'm still waiting on that bank card to come in. As soon as it comes in, I'm going to get a door skin for the driver's side door, and probably I may just buy a new latching mechanism for that passenger side, because I figure if it's in one of them boxes, all the rods and stuff going to it to make it work are probably scattered everywhere. So it might just be a better idea just to buy a new one. But let me take you over there and I'll kind of go over exactly what I'm thinking about doing today, and hopefully it makes sense. I think it does, but I mean, I never know. But let me turn y'all around right quick and I'll kind of show you. First thing, I need to release this, and if you watch, you'll pop back to where it was. It didn't pop back much, but I'm sure it's went back some. But right through here, I was gonna put like a little loop here and down here, kind of these couple places. Maybe kind of put them on the outside a little bit. That way we can ratchet it back. I might actually ratchet that top one to this bedpost, that bottom one down to the wheel again. But I figure if we do that, we can kind of inch it. So I get my, by that there should be 39 from here to there, and I don't believe I'm there. And then, you know, 39 from down here to over here. So that's my plan for today. And if we get that measurement correct, then we're gonna come and split this again. Then we'll screw this side to here, and then kind of put this side against the kick panel over here where it kind of needs to be. I think the flange part on this probably is going to be bent further out, the way, just by judging how this looks right here. But that may be all I get to today. We are going to take the hinge, all this hinge stuff out before we do all this, just because I don't want any kind of weld splatter or grinding filings to stain or scar it. So we'll take those off, take the door off, and like I said, we'll start welding in the loops and kind of maneuvering it till we get 39, and then we'll put the front plate on, cut it in half, attach it at least, and see where the attachment goes back here. And hopefully we can get some metal in here next time and start seaming it up. Anyways, let me sit y'all down and we'll get to work. Alright, these are the hooks I made. This one has to be cut even, and now it's probably shaped up just a hair. But basically these are going to go right here and right here. And made them big enough that these can attach through here. That way we can pull this to equal 39. But before we do all that, I should have measured just to make sure that my measurements was too wide. But we'll do that right quick. After measuring that, it should be perfect the way it is. Back here to there, right at 39. And there to there's 39. From there to there, it's 39. So this is where this needs to be. We go ahead and hammer this back just a tad. Goes flush with this. But then we go ahead and split the front plate, and then we can attach this to here. Do like I said, and kind of manipulate this back to kind of make it fit. First, let me get a hammer and kind of flatten that so I know that this needs to bump up exactly to that. All right. All right, let me show you what's happening here. We got front plate where it's supposed to be, where the spot welds are. Seems to be okay, I think. But then you get this guy here, and you put him up where he needs to go, which is all the way up. So we got a gap, get smaller to overlapping. So I think I'm gonna make some marks and start cutting out right about here. I'm just slowly whittling away until we get this to fit flush and that to fit flush, and then we can start filling in the gap. So I rechecked my measurements, and still got 39 from the center of this bolt hole to here, which I'm thinking that's what that says on my computer. Let me go check. I don't know if you can see that, but from B to C, which looks like it's on the outside, and H and I to I, H and H, all those say 39, 39, and 39. So that's what I'm going from the center of that bolt hole to the outside edge of the B pillar. And I got that all the way down from here to here. So in theory, once we get this back here and getting this stiffened up more, because it's pretty stiff right now actually. I wouldn't hang a door from it, but anyway, where I was going with that, get that back there and filled in and welded up, it should be the correct measurement, and we should only have to move the door maybe up or down and not have to shim it from right to left, if everything works out right. But I still got about another hour in here, so we'll go ahead and start messing with this front plate. Get up here, make some marks, start grinding down, and then we'll screw it to here, to the kick panel, and then we'll start tacking in everywhere where there's not a brace. So I don't want to weld it to that this yet. I want to weld this up first and get it all kind of nice, and then we'll come back and weld it to the brace and the kick panel. That makes sense. So let me go back up on the stool, and we'll start cutting all that and getting it to fit that. Really don't know how this got off so bad down here. And this needs to be bent out. You can tell it's smashed against the outer rocker. The fender needs to slip in there. Anyways, we'll probably have to pull this off and bend this back. Anyways, let's get to work. Okay, let me show you what we got going on now. This is pretty sturdy. Just about screwed into the braces and the kick panel. It's the gap again. And the door is flexing down there. You can see the outer rocker moving. So when the door is shutting, it's actually hitting this kind of lip right here. So that means think the door needs to come, the door needs to come this way, obviously. Height wise, I think it's okay. And that's even relatively close. Just need to figure out what the deal is. If I pick it up, in the back, looks a lot better. And doesn't hit that as much. So I think my measurements are still a little bit off. I think this front needs to move back some. I think the whole thing really needs to kind of move back a little bit towards the rear. You can see this. It's not really moving when I go up and down with the door. So I know it's in there, sturdy. So I think I need to strap it, pull it a little bit closer, take these screws out here, and then once we pull that, then we re-screw it. Then maybe that will close this huge gap up and make it where it's not kind of hitting this lip down in here. Got about 30 more minutes, so let's try that. We'll pull the door off, we'll strap it, and then I'll remeasure, and I'll reattach screws here on this back brace, and hopefully we can get everything going together better. All right, we got a little bit better result by doing that. It's really wide now. Didn't think about that, pushing that forward so much. We got a big gap all the way down. But it did bring this gap in better. Thing is, my body line is way off. Half an inch off or so. It's not wanting to shut flush here, and of course it's not flush down here like the other one did. Don't have the door on it yet. I think this hinge probably could come out some, maybe. It's on the pillar. Maybe try to push this back, and that might get the door to kind of go like that. It might help this bottom and top. Didn't know it was this far off all the way down, and I barely got enough metal to attach that brace. Like I said, it's solid, it's not going anywhere, but didn't know I was that far off. And then this has to be bent. So I can slide the fender in there. But how that body line is kind of concerning. I'm not sure if I can go up anymore, and I don't think I can shim that bottom hinge on the pillar here, and then shim this one up here, kind of pull it this way. That'll bring it up, but it'll also split that even wider here. And the height is just a hair low, but it's a start, I can say. Honestly, I didn't think that would work that well as it did. Now there's a lot of pressure on that kick panel now. Let me make sure it's not kind of warping any. No, it still looks pretty straight. And it's not hitting down there anymore. I think it's just hitting on those screws. Anyways, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for this week. We're closer than we was, but we're still quite a ways away, especially in regards to welding. I think I am gonna, once we get this where we want it, I'm gonna take the stainless steel hinges off. So we're trying to put metal in here and welding it on this, and then welding these spots over the braces later. So we'll just fill in these big gaps with some metal, and then come and fill those in. That way we can really attach the front plate to this back plate. Yeah, not too bad. I just don't know. Give me all those ideas on how to bring this up half an inch without totally messing up everything. I think next time too, I'm going to bring the old door in and see if it fits any better, like the driver's side, because that's all it was the needed the original door back on it, and everything kind of fell in place. So we'll get that next time and put it up here, see how it goes. Well, I think that'll do it for me this evening. Try some different things. Had to bring the straps back out, but I think we got our gaps better. I just need to figure out how to raise the body line of the door up. I'm thinking the original door will probably be a better fit. So like I said, we'll get that next time. It's in that barn back there. Bring it in here and put the hinges on it and see what happens. We may have to start shimming. I want to get away from getting the real thick shims. But I think as it sits now, I feel pretty confident about trying to weld up next time that front plate. Then we can kind of tweak the A-pillar like we did the driver's side, like bending the flanges a little bit and trying to tweak the top back and the bottom forward. Just trying to get it where it's fits like the driver's side. But right now it's kind of almost where we were with the driver's side, except for I don't think the body lines are as bad as these are here. I don't think it's off half an inch. That's a pretty big difference. I don't think the A-pillar can go up anymore. It's sitting pretty well where it needs to sit, and too, that messed up the fender. But next time we'll dive into all that, do some welding on the front plate, kind of start patching metal in there, and getting it all stitched back up. But anyways, thank you if you made it in the video. It does mean a lot, and really helps the algorithm. And too, if you like this kind of stuff, please hit the like button and subscribe. We'll be doing this until we get it finished 100%. I kicked the idea around about going ahead and putting the engine and transmission and everything back in it once we get the everything sorted out metal wise and welded up and kind of primed and sealed. But if I do that, I'm probably never going to get it to how I want it. So we're gonna go ahead and finish it out. I may even try to paint it myself in this shop. I think I can attach some of that mylar plastic, and I got a compressor. Need to put a water filter on it and everything, and I do got spray guns that I've never used. They're still new in the box, so we may give it a shot and see what happens. But there's still much work needs to be done before we get there. And two, I don't know where I'm gonna put the body whenever I take it off the frame. I'm thinking the Healy may go into that second barn back there. I'm gonna have to get some better tires for it, but anyways, like I said, if you have any ideas about how to raise the body line of the door, please let me know in the comments. I don't know exactly how to raise it, like I said, 1/2 inch, but we'll figure it out. But anyways, thank you for your support again, and thank you to all the new subscribers. It really does mean a lot. Like I said, we're gonna get it finished and enjoy it. So stick around, hit that like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you next week.